Welcome to Paratalk with the East Tennessee Ghost Seekers. Hair-raising, spine-tingling evidence covering the full supernatural spectrum. UFOs, cryptozoology, paranormal encounters. Have an experience to share? Call now, 865-264-0448. That's 865-264-0448. And now, here's your host, Stephen Brown, with fellow ETGS members Steve Wiseman, Andrea Brown, and Jesse Arms. Welcome to Paratalk.
All right. Welcome to Paratalk. It is Saturday, June 2nd. I'm Steven. I'm your host. And to my right, I have my brother from another mother, Mr. Steve Wiseman.
What's up, everybody?
What's up, dude? How are you?
Sweet, man.
Awesome.
Freaking
Awesome.
enjoying this rainy-ass weather.
And to your right,
There is finally somebody sitting in that chair.
are you serious?
I am.
Someone in that chair?
In that chair.
Well, hello, Mr. Fancy.
Right. How about that? So, to your right, we have...
Miss Jessie Arms.
There you go.
Hashtag sweet tea.
Hashtag sweet tea. That's
How
right.
are you, Jesse?
I am good. I have missed y'all. I'm telling you.
You haven't been here in like,
2
70
weeks.
3.5 years, it seems
It's,
like.
I
my
think
heart has been empty. I'm telling
it's
you.
been like 72 days.
Has it been that long?
I think 72 days.
That seems really
9
long.
hours, 4 minutes, 36 seconds.
Good
Oh,
Lord.
dang. You know, I grew a third nipple since then.
I believe it.
All right, and to Jesse's right, who do you have?
I have one of my most favorite people in this world.
Oh,
Miss Andrea Brown, my sister.
oh. How are you, baby?
Lovely.
Good.
Damn, I was going to say your most favorite person is to your left, not to your right.
Well, my most favorite female
Okay,
ever.
okay.
Ever.
I'm over on the other side of the table by myself.
And I love you too.
You know why? Because you need to.
Hail to the king, baby.
That's right. All right, so, guys, we're getting close.
We are.
Every time we do this podcast, we're a week closer
What?
To what?
to our event at the Haunted Hales Bar Dam.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
So
That's right.
excited.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. I mean, right now we have a lot of people saying they're coming, and
Yes.
a whole lot of people interested. So, you guys, $40,
Seriously.
and you can come investigate with us for 9 hours. Bring your equipment if you have equipment. We welcome you to bring your handheld camcorders, your digital recorders, your mail
Nothing
meters,
that's
your
set
tapers.
up, but just anything handheld.
Yeah, anything handheld you want to bring it. Because this is your investigation too. This is you guys getting into a place for $40.
And unfortunately, it's only 18 and older.
Yeah, unfortunately, 18 and older. That's just
Insurance
and
reasons.
liabilities. But it's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
This place.
I'm so excited.
I mean, as of last week, Steve and I have been there 5 times,
Love it.
and that's 5 times in 2.5 months.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I'm jealous.
I know, me too.
As well, you should be.
Very much.
Yeah.
Be jealous.
But we wouldn't be doing this if it wasn't for Jeff and Vicky.
Yeah.
That is true. Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
they
Jeff
are
and-
the absolute best.
Yeah, I mean, when you guys come down, you're going to see Jeff and Vicky are freaking awesome.
Yeah.
The nicest people ever.
True.
I mean, we've investigated a lot of places, and we've
Never had the reception we got like we did with them.
Never, and never will.
No, absolutely not.
We love them.
Yeah, they're awesome.
Very, very much.
Yeah.
But yeah, so July 21st from 6 p.m. till 3 a.m. Haunted Hales Bar Dam. You guys need to come down and investigate with us because the place is amazing. I mean, if you are a skeptic if you've been investigating for a long time, either one of those, you're going to see something or hear something that night. I mean,
really, just being in there in itself is creepy.
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, it definitely has that, oh shit, I'm haunted ambiance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Definitely.
Yeah. Watch your step. Watch your step.
Hey. That is something I take with me every time I go.
What's that, a wet sock?
I was about to say a dry pair of socks from now on.
I am packing a bag just in case.
But I mean, yeah, the place is amazing. It's going to be awesome. I don't know. I don't have any bad things to say about
Not at
Bell's
all.
Bar.
No, definitely not.
I mean, there have been places that we went and investigated, and we've had off nights. Where we've been multiple times, like Waverly Hills. We've been to Waverly Hills multiple times, and we've had off nights at Waverly Hills.
Every place will have off nights.
Yeah, because the paranormal's not on a light switch. You can't turn it on, turn it off.
No.
Yeah.
Humans take vacation. Why can't ghosts?
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe they want to go to the beach.
Yeah. To the beach.
What's a beach?
The beach.
I don't know. Yeah.
And we thought Jesse was country.
I know.
I've been missing her so bad that I've had to compensate for the.
She has to throw in that slang every now
Yeah.
and then.
I'll tell you what, the Vag girls, if they listen to this one, they're really going to get a kick out of that. Yeah. Holy shit, she is the chick from Nashville.
She's right now.
Oh, that's right. Jesse wasn't with us during the
No.
badge.
No.
No.
I wasn't.
But you'll meet them. They're coming
Yes,
to our
they're
event.
coming.
Good.
Yeah.
All the way from Baltimore.
Awesome.
Or
No.
Maryland.
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 Yeah, Washington, D.C.
Yeah, DC.
Awesome. That is going to be
Yeah.
cool.
And then we have Buffy that we interviewed a few weeks ago. She's coming from Delaware down. So that's another thing, guys. I mean, we're going to have a psychic medium with us on this investigation.
Yeah.
We've
Not
never.
saying that we're putting her to work or anything.
No.
No.
But we might.
But, I mean, if the skill's there, let's use it.
Right.
Yeah.
If she's willing.
Oh, she's totally willing.
I've been saying that for years.
I would love to
Oh.
throw a psychic in that place and just, oh my gosh.
See what they pick
gosh.
up.
Well,
That would be amazing.
okay. She
A medium.
She messaged me.
A psychic medium.
She's a
Yeah.
psychic medium. She messaged me last weekend, and she has got names already where she's connecting
Are you
What,
serious?
Like 3 pages.
3
worth.
pages
What?
of names and things that have happened.
No freaking way.
Yes. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
None of them
Yeah.
are Linda, is it?
I don't
Causes
know.
of
She's not
death
giving me
and-
she's got causes of death.
Dates.
Yeah.
Oh
everything.
my god.
Oh my
She
gosh.
said that every time that it hits her, she goes and she writes it down. Right now, she's at 3 pages of stuff, which that was last weekend. Hell, it may be
Right.
3.5, 4
Wow.
pages now.
Holy crap,
That's
that's
crazy.
crazy.
But where she's
I got
connecting,
cold chills.
Yeah.
she's connecting to the dam already. I mean, she's pumped. I'm pumped. She's coming with us. I
Oh,
mean,
me too.
It's like I said, we've never wanted to investigate with a medium.
Yeah.
Until we started interviewing them and see that it's more than just the shit you see on TV.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
TV. They blow it out of
we've
proportion.
been, brainwashed by the generics of TV
Yeah.
and, the over exaggeration for
Oh,
so
yeah.
long that, you look at it on TV and you're like, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
But talking to them, it's kind of like, oh my gosh, that's
Yeah, hearing their life's personal stories.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
how it all began. And
Yeah,
the stuff that they've gone through to fine tune. Mm-hmm.
to figure out that they have that gift.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Crazy.
And, to go along with that, tonight, we're interviewing Stephanie Hutnik. Hutnik. She's from Detroit Paranormal Expeditions. She's also one of the hosts of DPX Radio. She's a psychic medium. And I believe Andrea is pulling up some background info on her as we speak.
one
Yeah.
momento.
Yeah, she's getting that ready, and we'll give you a little info on Stephanie before we get her on the line, because we put out this call to through our Facebook. If you want to be interviewed, and talk about your craft or your team or whatever. And dude, the psychics and mediums have been overwhelmingly generous with wanting to come on here and talk. And that's awesome.
Yeah.
You know, we welcome everyone in the paranormal field.
Oh, yeah.
You know, it don't have to just pertain to ghosts. You can be a Bigfoot researcher. You can be a UFO researcher. You know, anything that you've studied in the paranormal field that you want to talk about.
Cryptozoology.
Yeah. I mean,
Anything that is not normal being
Like
paranormal.
us.
Yeah.
We are, we're paranormal.
we are. We kind of are.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we need to get you guys on here to talk about us. We need someone to investigate us.
Oh my God.
And
I don't know if I want to see those results.
That would be
Yeah.
crazy.
they'll be like, "Oh, we've come up with an answer, and you are a
Idiot.
yes." All right. So Andrea has pulled up a little bio here on Stephanie that Stephanie was gracious enough to send us, and we'll let her read that real quick and give everybody some info on Stephanie.
So, Stephanie, as a child, she had an affinity for the paranormal. She also knew at a very young age that her intuitive side stood apart from all the rest, and it wasn't until the age of 17 that her life would change. She says in her bio that one night in September of 2004, she had a premonition of a friend's death, only to wake to the news of their passing. That inspired her to dive deeper into her newfound gifts. She is a psychic medium, and she's honing her skills to help those in need while helping the team she's a member of, which is Detroit Paranormal Expeditions. And she co-hosts DPX Radio with Lauren Sereno.
Awesome. Yeah. So we're going to take a quick break. We're going to get Stephanie on the line, and we'll sit down with her, and we'll grill her head like we do everybody else's because we're so evil and hateful.
We're so
Yes.
grilling.
Yeah.
Let's get this party started.
Let's get this party started. All right, guys, we will be back in just a few minutes.
Hey, this is Steve with Paratalk. Do you have a story to share? Call us at 865-264-0448 to explain your paranormal experience. Do you have a chilling story you'd like to share? Or just give us a topic you'd enjoy us to discuss? We understand some of you would like to keep anonymous, so the choice is yours if you want to share your name. So call 865-264-0448 now to have your story heard on the next episode of Paratalk.
Hey, it's Steven, host of Paratalk. As most of you know, I'm also the lead investigator and tech specialist for the East Tennessee Ghost Seekers. You watch the paranormal shows on TV and get a rush and want to do what they do, but you have no idea where to get all their amazing equipment? The Ghost Hunter Store. Dave Giuliano and his wife Michelle have owned and operated the Ghost Hunter Store for 18 years, providing only the best in paranormal equipment to the field for research. The Ghost Hunter Store is always the first place we look when wanting new equipment and wanting it fast. So whether you're looking for a digital recorder or an SLS camera or anything in between, including protection hubs, check the Ghost Hunter Store. Find them at theghosthunterstore.com or on Facebook at the Ghost Hunter Store. Tell them Steven and the group from Paratalk sent you. And for a limited time, Dave has given Paratalk listeners 5% off your order. Just enter the code Paratalk5.
You're listening to Paratalk with East Tennessee Ghost Seekers, a new perspective in paranormal talk radio.
Okay, guys, we are back.
Yes, we are.
Are you happy to be back?
Yes.
That was such a long time.
Welcome back. Welcome back.
I was so
Welcome.
bored.
Oh, dude, I was
I
going
was
to tell
bored
you.
without you.
I know.
I was going to tell you yesterday, Andrea and I, when we made a Home Depot run, we're sitting inside Home Depot, and guess what starts playing on the radio?
Welcome back.
Welcome back,
Yes.
Cotter. It totally started
It
playing
was
on
funny.
the radio. Yeah, freaking hilarious.
Love it.
Yep. Okay, so the reason we're here tonight.
Yes.
Steve's looking at me like, why are we here tonight? You
He's
know
like,
why we're here
"What?"
tonight.
I know why we're
dumbass.
here tonight. I was waiting for you to answer your
Yeah.
own question.
Okay. We are here tonight because on the line right now we have Miss Stephanie Hutnik from Detroit Paranormal Expeditions and DPX Radio. Hey, Stephanie, how are you?
I'm great. How are all you?
We're doing
We're
good.
great.
We're doing good.
Yes.
Yeah. So,
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely.
yeah, I mean, we were talking earlier. I mean, like, we put this little post out there, to talk with people. And
Yeah.
the psychic mediums have been overwhelmingly super crazy friendly and wanting to get out there and talk about their craft and everything that they've gone through. And like, we had no experience with psychic mediums. We've never worked with a psychic
None?
medium. No,
No.
never. Like, it's been the team. We go out as a team and investigate. We've had our team since 2009. And like, I've been investigating since 2001. Steve's been investigating since like 2005, 6.
Oh, wow.
Then Andrea, she joined the group in 2012, and then Jessie, she joined us about a year ago.
She's our baby.
She's
Yeah.
our baby. Yeah,
The little one.
yeah, she's the little one. But I mean, she's been, she's has prior experience. But I mean, we have never ever worked with a psychic medium before.
No.
And
Wow.
mainly because of the crap they show on TV. Just to be honest with you, we were. I mean, I guess we were being
Skeptical.
We were being
basically.
I
skeptical
think
and
that's more
judgmental.
than fair.
Yeah, and it was like, it was the stuff they show on TV. I mean, these people, they're a freaking joke. I mean, not all of them. I'm not
Not
going to say
all
all
of
of them.
them,
I'm not
no.
going to say all of them.
No.
But there's a good majority of them
Majority of.
that get the TV time are a freaking joke. I mean,
Yeah.
it's like you watch the shows, and that's like your comic relief of the show is watching the psychic mediums on these investigations. And since we've been interviewing these guys, these
Actually, ladies.
these ladies, yeah,
Because that's all we've had.
yeah. I mean, they have totally changed our mind. I'm going to be straight up and honest. They have
Oh, yeah,
changed our mind.
100%.
Yeah. I mean, like, we have a lady that's coming. She's coming from Delaware down to investigate with us at our Hell's Bar Dam event that we're hosting in July. And I am
Amazing.
pumped, so pumped to investigate with her. So,
That's wonderful. That's wonderful. That'll be exciting because I've never been. I've seen photos and I've talked with other groups that have investigated there multiple times, and I have a good idea of what I believe to be there, but I'll leave that alone. But it would be really exciting to be able to get in there and try to validate some of that or experience.
That's true,
what's
because I
actually
mean,
happening.
you have, I mean, obviously from that distance, you see through the pictures, you feel it, and
yeah, you make your own connection.
you make
even
that
though
connection,
you're
and
not
then
there.
you do. I can understand you want to validate and make sure that what you're feeling and and all that
Yeah.
matches up.
But-
Exactly.
So, okay, let's get down to you.
Okay.
You have been doing this how long? Like
Not that long.
with a team,
So, as a medium or an investigator?
as a medium.
Okay, actively like working as one out in the field or just
In
putting myself
general.
out there
In
as
general,
one?
just in general.
Probably just the last couple of years. I knew I was gifted when I was a young child. I was morbidly obsessed with death at a really young age. It was quite creepy now that I think about it. But that's what I did. I got home from school and you couldn't get me off the computer. I was so, I had imaginary friends who now in retrospect probably weren't so imaginary.
Right.
And just death. At 7 years old, you think of death and you usually don't, it's not that deep, right? When you're a
Right.
little kid. And anything, ghosts, witches, werewolves, vampires, all of that. Just studying and studying and studying, and then looking into psychics and psychic mediums. It started with, besides imaginary friends, as premonitions and vivid dreams that at the time I didn't know they were premonitions. I just really thought I was dreaming it and having deja vu. But when it really got strong and it really hit me hard, sorry, allergies today.
I understand
I was 17 years old, and my best friend Joe. Sorry, the dogs.
It's okay.
Just escaped.
We have two of them, so we understand.
Okay. Sorry, I lost my train of thought. I apologize. So anyway, me and my best friend Joe were on the phone one night, and we were just chatting about what we were going to do that weekend, get our group of friends together, and help me with a couple algebra questions, and hung up the phone. And that night, I dreamt of a red Camaro, or Firebird, sorry, with him driving it, getting in an accident, and him passing away. And then I woke up, went down to my friend's house, and we got the phone call that Joe had unfortunately got T-boned in an accident in his Firebird and died right there on the scene.
Oh.
And I
did that. I mean, with that premonition, did that just scare you? Like, oh my gosh,
yeah.
Did I just know this?
Yeah, and I honestly was like numb almost, because I couldn't believe it that I dreamt that. I'm thinking, I'm still thinking, how did I dream your death? Because at that point I would joke about having abilities, like I'm a psychic, just to kind of see people's reactions.
Right.
It hit me really hard, and that's when I suppressed everything. I suppressed it. I pushed it as far down as I possibly could because I was afraid after that. Mm-hmm. And I blamed myself.
Oh.
Now I know that there's nothing I could have done.
Right.
I couldn't have prevented it. Even if I woke up right after my dream and called him and said, hey, I had a bad dream, it wouldn't have changed it.
Right.
No.
And I've since been able to connect with him through, a medium that I know locally. And, he's never blamed me. And then I do some astral traveling and meet up with him from time to time. So it's pretty cool.
Oh, wow.
That's pretty cool. Okay, so explain that to our listeners, the whole astral traveling thing. I mean, I've read up on it and have read some things that I'm like, holy shit, really? So
yeah, so honestly, I wouldn't suggest anyone go try it. Just
right.
Yeah.
It's dangerous.
Yeah.
So
Well, the first thing I think of is Insidious, and I'm like, hell no. I don't want to go to the farther.
Yeah. Fuck a bunch of that.
Can happen.
Yeah.
And so honestly, I would say that it's probably better to remote view than to actually project yourself.
Right.
But for me, it's as easy as, a quick meditation and just saying internally, Joe, meet me at the park.
Wow.
And I will go to sleep and we'll meet him at the park like nothing ever happened. Sometimes before you're astral projecting, you'll get like your body will just start kind of flinching a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So that feeling you get when you lay down and you close your eyes and like your whole body just jumps.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you don't know why, and it kind of freaks you out for a second.
Mm-hmm.
That's like, they say that's kind of like you're trying to travel. You're trying to leave your body to travel.
Huh.
Wow.
Never thought about that.
Yeah, it's I don't
It's
even know what.
intense.
Yeah, I don't even really know what to say about that. It's like
I mean,
I don't want to do it.
You see that on movies.
Yeah.
And no, like you said, Jesse, Insidious, and it's just scary. And I'm glad that you, Stephanie, are telling people
not to
do this,
yeah.
because you don't know where you'll end up. If you'll come
Yeah,
back.
See, I'm on the other side of the
people
spectrum.
I
I would
know.
like to try to do that.
Really?
I think so, yeah.
Well, you're fucked up anyway.
There's a ton of books on it. People that don't have abilities can still do the same thing. But you have to practice and practice. It takes a lot of work and energy.
And I would say a lot of concentration.
But I don't recommend it. I really don't recommend it to anyone.
Yeah. Don't worry. This guy right here, he's not doing it.
No.
He wants.
Okay.
Me neither.
Yeah. If I want to see any of that, I'll watch Insidious. Yeah. Steve.
Right.
We'll
Just
just listen to
watch
your
it,
stories.
and remind yourself why it's not a good idea.
Yeah. Yes.
Well, I have a question. The first time that you knew that you could do that, did you do it on purpose or did you do it by
Nope.
accident?
It was on accident. The
Oh.
first time I did it, I didn't even know I was doing it until after the fact.
Wow.
Holy shit! That had to bust your balls when no.
That would freak me
I
out.
thought it, because obviously it went well. I was like, that's bad ass. But then, learning more about it and what I was actually doing, I'm like, okay, let's back up the bus.
Yeah, you're like, whoa here.
And I work with, I don't know if you guys are familiar with Brett Yacobucci, but he's actually a male medium you should have on one day. Because you said you have all the females.
Yeah.
Mostly. Now, he even and he has years and years and years and years of experience. And he grew up with a father who's a hypnotist. And he doesn't even recommend astral travel for even the most experienced mediums out there.
Wow.
That is so intense.
It is.
Ugh.
It's crazy.
Yeah. No. Hell no.
Like to do that by accident?
Yeah. I mean, see, you hear me saying, oh, hell no, but you don't see Steve sitting here next to me looking at me like, I want to fucking do this. I'm like, no.
He's like, I'm figuring this shit out.
But not without
He's
some
already
guidance.
on Google
Yeah.
how to astral project.
Yeah. He's going to be in there. Hey, Steve will have his
Take his
Google
phone away
machine
from
out.
him.
He'll have his Google
Well, you
machine
can make
out.
a documentary called Insidious Deep
Yeah.
Stories.
Yeah.
There you go.
I think there's already one of them out there.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord.
So, okay, you had all this stuff happen. Then how did you wind up joining DPX?
Well, right before I joined, it was probably a year before I joined DPX, my gifts started to surface more and more and more because they say as you get older, you progress with your abilities as well.
Right.
So you can't ever completely they'll never go away. So even though I had them suppressed, I'm trying to push it away. I still had intuition like crazy. I could walk by somebody and be like, you're pregnant. And so it was always kind of like, why am I still hiding this? I'm like, I have to own this or it's going to own me.
Right.
So I decided to open up and start working with other people that work in mediumship and are mediums, Reiki healers, just different people. And I went into a development group, a group of wonderful women, and really honed in on each and every ability and skill set that I had psychically or mediumship wise, and started learning automatic writing and just different tools, pendulum, card reading. And I said, I'm owning it.
Right.
And so when that happened, I also said, you know what I've always wanted to do? I've always wanted to investigate paranormal and in haunted locations and historical buildings and put my gift to work to try to see if we can scientifically prove some way, somehow, one day that there is life after death other than just talking about it, right?
Right.
So I really, there's not that many groups in Michigan when you don't know what you're looking for.
Right.
But
Yeah.
I literally saw DPX and I went over their website, the stuff that they've done, and I just sent an email out to Jeff and Todd, and we met for dinner a week later, and I was on the team.
That's awesome. That really
Yeah.
is.
So it's been a year almost almost exactly a year now that I've been with them. And I've grown because of them too. I've never used a millimeter or SB7 or a Geobox or even a digital voice recorder.
Right.
So using the equipment and tools I've learned from them, and I think they learned from me too, how to read energy to an extent, and
Right.
yeah, and I'm kind of like a magnet, so I come in pretty handy sometimes
Yeah. Yeah.
for activity.
See, we do that same thing with Steve, except Steve, he draws in all the negative. I mean, if there's anything, no, for real. I mean, if there's anything negative in a location,
it'll find me.
It'll find Steve.
Yeah.
And I mean,
whoever's
Because
with
Steve's
him.
scared.
Scared.
Who's scared?
I love it.
I think she said
Subconsciously.
Are you scared, Steve?
Oh yeah, shitless.
But we've investigated this place, Morse Mill Motel in Morse Mill, Missouri, and Steve, I mean, we had to pull him out of the place because of something attaching to him there, and him, throwing up in the floor, and had to pull him out of the basement of this place and get him
That's
outside.
pretty serious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we had one of our equipment cases that weighed about 25 pounds thrown over 20 feet and land directly behind one of our investigators that was sitting down.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, we went in. I mean, Steve was addicted to this place.
Yeah, he was going by himself.
Yeah, he would
just
go
to
there
hang
by
out.
Yeah,
himself.
you know why? Because it wasn't completely Steve's decision.
Yeah.
Right, absolutely.
Yeah.
I agree 100%.
Steve was being manipulated to go there.
Yeah, because at the time,
So
Good energy.
I have a
would go-
question though.
yeah,
How'd you get rid of it? How'd you finally stop going? Are you still? Are you going tomorrow?
No, we no.
I haven't been in several years.
Yeah,
I
we
just
we pretty
okay,
much
that's why.
stopped him from going.
yeah.
I mean, because I sat down with him and two of our other investigators that aren't with us now. I mean, we sat down with him and was like, dude, this isn't healthy. I mean, because he would, like, Steve worked 7 on, 7 off. He would take his 7 days and drive from East Tennessee to Morse Mill, Missouri.
8 hours.
8-hour drive, and go sit there by himself inside this place all week long.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's. So can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Random question?
Yeah, go ahead.
Have you ever thought about the fact that you may have abilities?
I have not.
Because to some extent, I think everyone has something.
Right.
I think we
Right.
all have the gift of intuition, especially. But I think some do more with it because some's stronger, some's not, whatever. But if you're like you just mentioned that they're always kind of coming to you,
Right, yeah.
you
That's
might
true.
have like a little light shining up atop your head saying, "I can communicate with you."
Right. Well, I would, when I was sitting there and by myself, I would just sit in the stairwell and just talk, and I don't know, it was real weird. Sometimes the place would be real aggressive, and I would just sit down the stairs and, just talk very calmly, and, the atmosphere would just lighten up, the rooms would get brighter, and then I'd go to sleep for a little while, I'd get up and, things would just start all over again. I don't know, I would go
Very
back tomorrow if I could, but
Well,
No.
I mean, and I'll tell you another one. Okay, we watched your interview with Chad Lindbergh a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
Okay, Chad's
He's great.
Yeah,
Thanks for.
he's freaking hilarious. But when he was talking about Old South Pittsburgh.
Oh, yeah.
And-
You were going to freak out
Yeah,
about this,
yeah,
really.
Yeah. Okay. So he was telling his story about Old South Pittsburgh and
Yeah.
the place where he was talking about the photo that he captured.
Did you happen to see that picture?
Did
I
you?
looked at. I went and I don't remember. No, I couldn't find it, but I did right after the interview go try to find it on his Instagram.
Yeah, it's he posts a lot, so it's like way down on his Instagram. But
Yeah, that's what
yeah, it's way down there. But it was a picture of this creature that was in the
this
chapel.
room. Yeah, it's not the original.
It's the
chapel.
makeshift chapel.
It's their makeshift chapel because the original chapel at Old South Pittsburgh was this little bitty tiny room.
Okay.
I mean, we're talking bedroom size.
One pew.
Yeah, like child's bedroom, and it would hold like 1 maybe 2 pews, and that's it. Just a place to sit and and gather your thoughts. Well, they turned a room downstairs in the basement area that was like originally
Medical records.
Yeah, medical records into their makeshift chapel, and they've got probably
Oh, gosh.
20 to 30 pews in there now.
Yeah, several.
Well, the second time, because we've been there
3.
3 times.
Yeah.
Yeah. right? My 3
Yes.
on this one?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. The last time we went, we did 2 nights. And the first night we went there, it was just me, Steve, and Andrea. And then we had some guests that had won a thing through a silent auction through Andrea's work that was coming down. And then one of our buddies from a radio station, him and one of his buddies were coming down the next night. So the first night we get there, and we go straight to that chapel area, like the makeshift chapel. And we walk in, and up at the front, there's this little table. And there were 3 candles and 3 index cards, one in front of each candle. And we walk up there, and Steve reads them off. I can't remember what they said. You can watch it. We have a video on YouTube of the full investigation. You can actually see this happen because we were doing a Facebook Live. And Steve reads them off. He goes, "What is this? Some kind of seance shit?" And I'm like, "That's what it sounds like." 4 seconds later,
I want to say it was. I feel like it wasn't in English.
no, it was in English, but it was
But it just didn't make sense.
Yeah, it didn't make sense.
Just random words.
Random words. It's shit. I can't remember. I mean, I'll send you a link. You've got to watch this. I mean,
Yeah, definitely.
Because it's crazy. But he reads this off and says, what is this? Some kind of seance shit? And I'm like, that's what it sounds like. And like 4 seconds later, he starts coughing. He's like, I've got to get out of here. By the time we get out the chapel doors, he's gasping for breath, choking. I'm pushing him up the steps. Andrea's coming up behind me. When we get to the top of the steps, Andrea goes to hand him a drink, and his face
Is gray.
It is gray.
I felt like right after I had said, is this some seance shit? I just felt like a hand just wrapped completely around my throat, and I mean I could not breathe. It was disturbing.
But the connection there,
intense and disturbing.
The connection there between our story and Chad's story, the pictures that Chad posted on his Instagram,
and the fact that he got attacked
and the
by
fact that
something down
he
there.
got attacked by something down there. It's the same exact room.
Wow.
Is where these 2 things happen.
So there's something.
There's something in that room. Yeah. And
it was not a good one.
No, it was not good. I mean, and the next night,
I didn't have the opportunity. I wasn't able to go. I had a schedule conflict. I work a full-time job.
Right.
Don't we all?
I understand.
We understand.
All day, every day, go to all these different locations. But recently, DPX went to Old South with Wayward Souls and a bunch of different groups, and Rich Valdez from Wayward Souls is actually a demonologist trained under Bishop James Long.
Very cool. Very cool.
And I've heard a story. I don't remember it verbatim, but I heard a story about something very similar to what you're describing and to what Chad described. Also scratching and attacking someone there, where they had to run this person out of the building before they got hurt anymore.
Wow.
That's insane.
Yeah, I mean that place. Had it not been shut down, that we were going the weekend. We had already paid our money, and we still haven't got that shit back. Had already paid our money for that investigation. We were going to South Pitt the weekend they got shut down, and that's how. Which honestly was a blessing in disguise, because now that's got us. We wound up going to Hell's Bar instead, and that place is freaking amazing. But South Pitt is no joke.
It's not. And
if it would open back, I would definitely go back.
Oh, absolutely.
I so want to go
in
back.
a heartbeat.
But
what I heard is the IRS owns it.
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
the IRS has
somebody. There's so many people in the parafield. Somebody's bound to purchase it.
Oh.
Seriously,
if I just had
It's coming up on auction.
Yeah,
meal,
that's what I heard.
I'd buy it.
Yeah, I heard it was getting ready to go to auction. So
Someone will scoop it up. I'm sure.
Well, anybody that could afford it would be a fool not to.
Oh,
The opening bid I heard is starting at $175,000.
What?
Holy cow.
Let's go to the bank, honey.
Yeah. It's time to go to apply
Maybe
for a
if we
loan.
pull all of our savings and we get loans and stuff, put Steve on the corner
We
a
can
little
all
bit.
just like sign a document together and take out like the world's biggest joint loan.
There we go.
Yes.
A para-loan.
A
A
para-loan.
Yeah, the para loan, please, so we could buy Old
Yeah.
South.
Oh my gosh.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, I
That'd be
mean, I just
funny.
hope that whoever does buy it, that they get their shit together and they get everything taken care
All
of.
the
that-
documents
all the
signed.
documents
Yeah.
signed and everything taken care of to where people can still go enjoy this place.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean-
unfortunately, what I heard, they're going to be demolishing it and
Really?
Stop.
putting
it.
in condos.
No freaking way.
So
Really?
just imagine
That's what
if
that
it-
woman was telling me down there
At
the
Hellsbar?
bar. Last
Okay, but
weekend.
just imagine.
Well,
Haunted
I guess it
land.
depends on who buys it, right?
Yeah,
Absolutely.
See,
If they're going to tear down,
well, I'm with Stephanie. Did you hear Stephanie? Stephanie said it all depends on who buys it.
that's true.
I mean, if somebody can outbid these assholes that's wanting to turn it into condos,
That's
then,
true.
you know, I mean,
I can't see condos going in there.
You know,
yeah,
I was
especially
thinking
that
the same
location.
thing.
That'd be low income
Oh, okay, gotcha.
housing.
yeah.
Okay, but
apartments.
that scares me though, because
yeah.
demolishing the building's not getting rid of
No,
that.
it's not.
That's what I was.
No,
That's
it's
what I was
not.
going to say. Is that I mean, just because you're tearing down a building doesn't mean that you're getting rid of anything.
Right.
No.
They're
And
probably
then
going to piss
then we're
something
gonna be
off.
going investigating the condos,
Yeah.
the low-income housing units.
Yeah, I
for the
guess,
people.
guys, we're going to be busy.
busy.
We're going to be busy assholes over here. Yeah.
Right.
So, because
But that is something that has been happening so much lately. These beautiful historical places. We have one here in Northville, Michigan, called Eloise
Yes.
Psychiatric
The movie.
Hospital, and there's even a movie made about it with Elijah Dushku, and
yep.
Have I
obviously
seen
very
that?
dramatized movie. But that place is our geobox. Enclosure is made out of wood from Eloise that was burnt in the fire.
No way.
Yeah, doctors and nurses still come through from Eloise.
Holy crap!
They
That
get
is
the stone
awesome.
tape theory because of the wood, right?
Yes.
But we can walk around a little bit on the premises, but you can't get anywhere near the building.
Oh.
And just hearing about like Pokestown, Save Pokestown, and Old South, and it's just like, guys,
yeah.
There's
you know why
so
England has places from the 1500s? Because they preserve their stuff.
That's exactly
Exactly.
right.
They
Yeah.
care about their,
History.
like, these buildings
Yeah.
and history. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like around here, it's like you go to, what we consider an old ass place to go investigate, and it's something, mid 1800s.
Exactly.
Over there, that shit's brand new. What are you talking about?
Old school is like 15,
Old, yeah.
1500s.
My neighbor down the street lives in a house from 1200.
That ain't nothing.
Yeah. So
I mean,
yeah,
I would love, and I'm not gonna lie, I didn't tell you this, Stephen, but the other day I went online looking for plantations for sale.
Plantations for sale.
Well, they
sold it.
They sold Wheatlands.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it sold cheap.
Very cheap.
Very cheap. Like
$330,000.
$330.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, and Chad had investigated there too, and that's because when you were doing your interview with him, I had messaged Wheatlands, but he was all over the place. He's extremely high energy, so I'm sure it's hard to, Yes, but yeah, if you can watch the Ghost Stalker episode from Wheatlands Plantation, like we used to do the tours out of Wheatlands, and
Very cool.
yeah, and that was Andrea's first investigation ever.
I'm a trooper.
Oh, that's a good first investigation.
Yeah. Oh, and let me tell you, her first investigation, she sat back in this little bitty tiny room in the very back,
Slave quarters.
the slave quarters on the second floor, while me and Steve went and investigated elsewhere in the place. Her very first time set up for 45 minutes with nothing but a camera, a digital recorder, and maybe a millimeter.
Nice.
I
Yeah.
love it. Because that's me on DPX. I'm the girl who's in the attic crawl space on this 4-story building, house, whatever, by myself in the dark.
It was
with a recorder.
awesome.
Well, see, we're lucky because we're a 4-person team, and both of our girls will do that too.
That's
Yeah.
awesome. Good job, girl.
Yeah, our girls are badass. Yeah,
Yes, they are.
yeah, our girls are
they
badass.
called us bad butts.
I know.
She called the ass
That's a
butt.
Shut up, y'all.
But
I gotta say too, it's really refreshing that from the time I started in the paranormal till now, seeing so many more women become involved.
Oh, yeah.
I love it.
I agree.
Yeah.
I think that, it has been a very male-driven area, occupation, study. It's just been very male-driven, and I think it's about time that there's some women out there
Let's
willing
take
to
over.
stand out there.
yeah, I mean, women are definitely making a mark in the paranormal field.
Yeah.
Yeah, somebody just said to me, why are all of your guests male on DPX Radio? And I'm like, I didn't even realize that. I didn't,
You're like,
I go,
they are?
but now that I think about it, it's probably just because it's saturated with men.
Yeah,
It's a large. I mean, that the male population just really is more, I guess, involved in that. In this field. But
I am glad Elizabeth Saint's coming on soon, and she
Yeah.
is like empowerment in the field. Like I love her.
you're seriously having Elizabeth Saint?
Yeah, I saw that.
June
on the-
20th. Yep.
Holy crap.
That's awesome. Well, we will be in the chat room, so give us a shout.
Oh, that's wonderful. Thank you.
But yeah, and see, like you've had all the males, and we've had all female guests.
Well, with the exception of Steve.
Phillips. Yes, we did have Steve Phillips. But we even had a Bigfoot researcher that was female. I mean.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah. She was awesome. She's out of Indiana. And
very cool.
Yeah. So all of our guests, other than Steve, have been females. So I mean, the females.
But we appreciate you.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
But okay, so you got started with DPX, and where all have you guys been, and what is the one location that sticks in your head the most, like favorite investigation so far with DPX?
Okay, so we've been so we do a lot locally in the greater Detroit area. There's some really hidden gems here, guys. And
I bet.
I wish Detroit did not get the rap that it has, because it's actually in a renaissance phase right now, and the city is absolutely beautiful. But we do have some old buildings, again 1800s, but that we've been lucky enough to be able to frequent and investigate multiple times. So we have our the 6th precinct of the Detroit Police Department was closed down in the 1990s, and it opened in the early 1900s.
Cool.
Very cool.
The activity there is just insane.
I can
and that's
imagine.
somewhere we go often.
Yeah.
There's a historical home on Canfield in Detroit, which Canfield, I don't know if you're familiar with Shinola watches, but they named their watch the Canfield after this street. It's one of the first streets ever in the city of Detroit.
Oh, wow.
And it's still all cobblestone to this day.
Oh, very
Beautiful.
cool.
That's
These homes are
awesome.
huge, and it used to be farmland back then with these just big, huge houses. That home is incredible. We do a lot of historical buildings. In Ann Arbor, next to the University of Michigan, there's the Kempf House. They went to Ohio State Reformatory, Ashmore. Yesterday they were Old Licking County Jail. Next weekend will be a Randolph County Asylum, Randolph County.
Wow.
Go Buckeyes.
Oh my God.
Go away.
It's okay. We tell him that all the time.
Really?
It doesn't work. I'm still here.
Yeah, he's still here. He keeps coming back. And he's sitting here wearing an Ohio State hat right now as we're talking. So
I'm dying inside.
Okay, I'm from Ohio, and I would still put that hat in a fire.
Oh, man.
Hang up.
Thank you.
Oh, we're friends now, girl. Yes.
Hey, Steve.
Okay, Miss Clemson.
That's right. That's right.
Hey, Steve, try your OH on her.
No, she'll probably say, fuck you.
No, I won't say the F word on here.
Okay.
Or screw you then.
Screw you guys, I'm going home.
Yeah.
All right. So, what has been your favorite?
So, okay. I have to say favorite because, and everyone thinks this is weird, and I'm starting to think it's weird myself, is that I've not been scared. Ever.
You've not been scared investigating yet?
No.
Wow.
No.
You need to come investigate with us.
Well, for like a half a second once, because I got like rushed up on by spirit, but I don't know if it's because I'm a medium and I see really creepy stuff all the time.
Right.
Or if I don't know. I think it's weird.
Mm-hmm.
But I also think in the grander scheme of things that I'm not afraid of the dark stuff, and I think that might be something in the future that I don't know, but there's a reason for why.
Mm-hmm.
So favorite place would definitely be the Detroit Police Department. That place is insane.
That's cool.
Cool.
Just a quick short Detroit history. We had the Purple Gang in the early 1900s, which was the mafia back then. Hitmen, drug dealing, you name it. And
yeah, I'm part
there were
Italian. I'm all
riots
down
in
with
Detroit. There were riots in Detroit in the 30s and the 60s, and the Purple Gang was actually held at this police department. The building is still beautiful. Ran down, but beautiful. Because the person who purchased it, Ed, and I have to give him a shout out because what he's doing is amazing. He bought this building. Every single record was they left records there.
Really?
The city did. So he just started laminating them and preserving all of them.
Wow.
Very cool.
And even though he's using the jail for something very unique, he's still keeping the jail cells there, right? So I just love that he's doing that. But so anyway, the mafia, hitmen, they all have been locked up there. Corruption within the police department, that's still always a huge thing in Detroit. Corruption, collusion, greed, whatever. And then in the basement was the shooting range, the evidence room, and what's the other? There's 3 rooms: evidence room, shooting range. Well, there's four deaths down there, all police officers.
Wow.
Now there's 2 different stories. One says that 3 of them were murder-suicide. So one person shot and killed 2 others and then killed himself.
Right.
And the other one was by hanging on a separate occasion. But then there's another story that they all just committed suicide their own way at different times. So we don't exactly know for sure about that. But, and then there's the Whistler. We call him the Whistler. So if you walk down the row of the jail cells, it leads to the drunk tank. We have so much evidence, audio evidence of him whistling and like almost like he's knocking with a, how they have those
like the tin can
light
thing?
Sticks, I guess.
Yeah, the nice stick.
Like, and they would just walk and clank them against the rails of the jail cell. You hear that and you just hear whistling and whistling and whistling, and the footsteps you'll hear. It's crazy.
Wow.
Downstairs where the deaths occurred, we always, every single time we go, and we can't debunk it, we've tried a million times, get stones thrown at us.
Wow.
But there's no stones on the ground. Like, we're always like, wait, how? Because there isn't anything on the floor.
That's crazy.
That's pretty awesome.
We did a public investigation there, and we had doppelganger activity.
Oh.
Somebody got pushed.
Wow.
And what will stand out with this place for me forever is it was one of my first investigations. And the day before, I had this grumpy dude with me all day. And I'm like, you're so ornery and annoying. Like, go away. And he had me agitated. And I'm like, who are you? And he would only tell me that his name was Thomas. And I'm like, all right, Thomas, like, go away. And then the next day, I just thought, sometimes you get a random spirit here and there trying to communicate. So I'm like, whatever, he'll go away. We get to the police department to start the investigation. I meet Ed. Ed's laminating in the front before we get started. And here we go. Thomas worked in the police department, worked up the ranks from a patrol officer into working in an office there. He was a asshole.
Nice.
And I saw his picture and I literally fell down because I was like, that's him. Like how, I'm like, he came to me like he knew I was coming. It was crazy.
Oh my gosh, that's
very
crazy.
Cool.
Yeah, it was cool. Didn't scare me, but it was cool.
So, like all these documents that he's laminating and stuff and keeping preserved, have you guys noticed is any activity around these objects? You know, the whole. I mean, because we all totally hands down believe in, you know, haunted objects. We have.
Oh yeah, of course.
We have some here in our possession that we've removed from houses for families. And you know, once we brought them here, we experienced stuff in our house that we've never experienced in our house before. And you know, Steve saw a lady standing in our hall. I've heard Andrea talking when Andrea wasn't talking. We've heard footsteps. Our TV in our living room would turn on in the middle of the night for no reason at all. I mean, crazy stuff. So haunted objects, we all 110% believe in those. So like this stuff that he's preserving, you know, it has that history attached to it. It has, you know, if it was a guy they brought in on murder charges or something, that shit's connected to that.
Yeah, and not only that, every single one of these documents has been physically touched.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right? Maybe he even signed the paper.
Right, that's what I was saying, physically inked. And
fingerprints.
Yeah.
A part of him went into those.
You just gave me a really good idea that when we go there on the 16th, we need to do that because our last time we were there was a public investigation, so we didn't probably even have the thought to do that.
Right.
But thank you for the idea.
Yeah, no problem.
We'll definitely check out and see because
I hope that works
it'll
out
be really,
for you.
really interesting.
Let us know.
Yeah, let us know if you get anything off that. That would be awesome. But yeah, it's definitely something to check
if you
into.
don't mind, I have a quick story about my own personal experience with a haunted object.
Yeah,
go for it.
That was very recent, actually. So I've lived in this house for 6 years, and my boyfriend and I just decided that we're going to redo the basement. So I know that a man died here. His name was George, and I actually just moved him on last week because it was just his time to go. It's sad. I'll get over it eventually, but we're tearing down the ceiling, okay? It all of a sudden drops out this little bag, and it hits the floor. We open the bag. There's a pair of reading glasses, a box of bullets, and an old handgun. Very small, but
really
a handgun at that. And we're like, okay, where'd this come from? Okay, it has a serial number. That's good. It's not scratched off.
It's not stolen.
It's not ours.
Or in a murder.
You know, and then so we looked it up, and it was from the 1940s. And we left it down there. We're like, okay, we don't really know what we should do with this. So it's probably George's gun. And I didn't put this together right away. But after that, we found that gun. We have a picture on our bedroom wall that's been there since, for 6 years. It's never moved. Was all the way across the bedroom, upside down, with the nail intact in the wall.
What?
Bedroom covers being pulled off the bed completely twice.
Huh.
Wow.
I'd fix it and I'd come back and they're gone again.
Oh my gosh.
And then, Amazon Alexa?
Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah.
So she has to be plugged in to work.
Right.
Okay. She wasn't plugged in. And at 12:30, 1:30 at night, I forget, it starts playing this song that I couldn't even tell you what it's because it was so old sounding, like just like an old song.
Wow.
Wow.
Like highest volume.
Oh my gosh.
Then we're seeing shadows. Things start going all crazy. I go talk to my friend Kelly, who's a medium, and she goes, "Hun, that gun is what started all this."
Wow.
I didn't even think about the dang gun. So I actually just called the police department and had them come take it.
Yeah.
Like, do you want it back? And I'm like, nope.
No, you go ahead and have
You
it.
can keep
good.
it.
Oh my gosh.
See, I would have totally kept it.
So, but look at that though. It was there the whole time, not causing any activity at all.
Until you
But the
moved it.
second it fell down
Yeah.
and it was acknowledged or touched, boom.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Well, see, it's like we do a lot of residential investigations, and we had done an investigation of this beautiful house out in the middle of 100 acres, and they had all this activity going on. We get there, and like this Masonic ring shows up in the house. No one in the family was in the Masons, and they had no clue where this ring came from. It just
appeared in their bathroom.
Appeared in their bathroom. And
Very interesting.
yeah, I mean, and you know, I guess they done away with the ring, and everything has stopped since.
Yeah, because they never said anything else.
Yeah, she messaged me one night because she
her
had
daughter's.
well, no, the footsteps. They had muddy footprints. They had this spiral staircase, and went from the bottom floor all the way up to the third floor, and they had muddy footprints going all the way up the steps, but there were no muddy footprints leading up to the steps,
Right.
or after the steps.
Just up the steps.
Yeah, just up the steps. And then after that is when they removed the ring and everything stopped. So, I mean, it's
'Cause
crazy.
that house was full of antiques,
Yeah, that
too.
is crazy.
But, so the DPX Radio.
Yeah.
You guys have been doing that how long?
Since January.
Since January.
Awesome.
And you guys have
So
made
it's-
some excellent connections, let me just say.
For real.
Thank you.
Excellent
Thank you.
connections.
It's like having a second full-time job.
I understand. Yeah.
You know, DPX Radio started, you know, Todd Bonner had his, you know, used to have Paranormal Plunge, and now he has the Para Exchange. And I always said, you know, I'd love to do something like that. So we set a plan in action, and it initially started as Jeff and I doing it on an actual paranormal internet radio, right? And I just, we're talking over each other because Jeff and I aren't even at the same place, and we're not with the guests. We can't see each other, can't see body language. I just felt it was, you know, even though we were professional, and I felt like it was hard to get through without just commotion and confusion and chaos. So I think me and Todd were just talking one day, and we're like, let's, you know, this Facebook Live thing starting to become like a big deal. What if we could do DPX Radio and just call it DPX Radio Live? And I'm like, well, let's try it. So Mark Arvilla was my guinea pig. And you know what? I would never, we've been offered the opportunity to go audio again. I just so much prefer I just love our interactions. I love being able to see them. You know, like if I was on the phone, I probably wouldn't have got Lee Kirkland to rap to Ice Ice Baby. You know what I mean? So I think it just gives everyone, you know, the chance to see this person too.
Right.
And see how we're interacting with each other, and then interacting with the guests, and then they can ask questions live as we go through the conversation. So,
Right.
you know, I don't. It's not perfect, but I love it.
Yeah.
I love it, and I wouldn't change a thing. So, but it's a second full-time job, like I said. You know, you guys, I'm sure you know.
Oh yeah, totally understand. Yeah.
You know, you schedule far in advance, and then sometimes people have to cancel, and you're last minute. Like, I don't want you to think you're last minute, but can you be on the show tonight?
Can you do it right now, please?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's like us. The rest of this month, we have 2 guests every Saturday that we're interviewing. And
That's fantastic.
yeah, I mean, and so it's super busy. Like I was telling Steve today, I was like, dude, we're gonna have a busy freaking month, you know, because we've got the investigations, and we've got our full-time jobs, and we've got 2 interviews every Saturday for the rest of the month. And July's already starting to line up the same way.
But it's fun.
Yeah, but,
and,
yeah, I love it.
You know,
I have a face for radio, so.
Oh, stop it.
You're so pretty,
I probably should
Steven.
not be in a little box on Facebook Live, but whatever. yeah, I mean, it's getting pretty crazy too. We're booked through August.
Wow.
That's awesome.
And
That
I
is
normally
great.
would only book myself out like 3 weeks at a time. But now too, as connections grow and things change, you start dealing with certain people that have busier schedules, so you kind of have to do it more far out in advance. And
Right.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's worth it.
It is.
It totally is. I mean, honestly, I was like, when I saw that you guys were having Chad on, I was like, holy shit, that's a big deal. That's awesome.
That's great.
So,
Yeah, I was so humbled and honored that he and he was all for it.
yeah,
He was like, hell yeah.
that is so cool. That is so cool. I mean, that's what Paraunity is about. It totally is.
It is.
These, just because they've got the bigger name, they're still, in with us littler guys,
Right.
The little folk.
So very
But
cool.
just like, I don't know if you saw Johnny Hauser on with us on Wednesday.
No, I didn't get to check
Johnny?
this Wednesdays. No.
He is such a just laid back, nice guy. Funny, tells his stories very well, but he doesn't talk he just talks to you like a normal person having a conversation with
love
anybody
that.
else.
That's awesome.
And he has so many amazing opinions and ideals on different things regarding spirit.
Mm-hmm.
And he was just blowing my mind left and right the whole entire time.
That's awesome.
I mean, so I take it like this too. Every time I do a show, I don't care who it's with, us littler guys or the bigger guys or the in-betweeners. I don't care, because I hold everyone to the same regard, right?
Absolutely. I mean,
If you're passionate and respectful in what you do, then I want to talk to you.
Right.
Amen.
That's my thought
And see,
process.
that's how we are.
Yeah.
I mean, 'cause
Yeah,
like
you know?
when we started this podcast, it was just us. Just us talking about our past investigations and our favorite tools that we use and
stories.
Then I was like, we should start interviewing people in the field.
And then he Google searched how to do it, and here we are.
That's right.
Gotta love Google.
Yeah, but I mean, because we do this because we're the majority of the paranormal field aren't that big guy on TV. That's getting all the notoriety. You got all of us that are out here been doing this 10, 15, 20, 30 years that
just love it.
that do it for the love and for the passion. And we started ETGS to help families because we had all experienced stuff growing up that scared the shit out of us, and that's why Steve formed ETGS. It's to help the families. We do tons of residential investigations, and we do the bigger locations, but that's more like a treat to ourselves. I mean,
yeah.
but that's what we're about is helping the families that are scared and have nowhere to turn and don't know where to turn.
Just need some answers.
Yeah.
Right, and that hurts me when people I'm glad that they have you for that, because I think about it if I was in the position, I was having a haunting, let's say, and I had children and I was scared and didn't know what was going on. I mean, even your mom or your best friend most likely are going, if they haven't experienced it themselves, are going to look at you like
you're freaking crazy. Yeah.
And just to have just for them to be able to call you guys and say, hey,
tell me I'm not crazy.
Yeah. I mean,
I need help.
Yeah, and
that
see,
is
we get those.
Amazing. It's amazing.
I mean, if we could investigate full time, like it'd be an every other night thing, we totally would. But we all have bills to pay, and we can't, because we've never charged for a residential investigation for helping a family, and we never will.
No.
That's wonderful of you guys.
There's a lot of groups out there that do charge, and they call it equipment rental fees. Okay, I'm sorry, but the family's not renting your equipment. They're not using your equipment. Your ass is in there investigating.
Yeah, and you've owned that equipment for 5 years.
Yeah,
shut up.
Exactly.
Yeah,
And these families are hurting.
Yeah.
They're freaking out, so they don't need the added stress of wondering, well, how am I going to pay for this?
Yeah, they've got the bills, themselves.
Yeah.
They don't need that extra.
Right. That's not what we're
Well,
about.
I love that, you guys. That is incredible. Keep doing it.
Thank you.
Yeah, we will. Thank you. But so our question we ask everyone when we interview: your paranormal bucket list. What is your top 3 in your paranormal bucket list?
Bobby Mackey's.
Okay.
Ancient Ram's Inn.
Oh yeah.
Ooh,
yeah.
That's a good one.
That's a very good one.
And I don't know, because I really want to go to Waverly, but I heard it's really overrated.
It depends on the day.
Exactly.
We've been 6 times.
It can be really, really, really good or bad.
Or you
Really
sit there in
bad.
the dark and talk to yourself.
Right. But where was I watching? I just really want to go to one of those old mining towns. I really do. Like, I don't even care which
Out
one.
Goldfield.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, just one of those. I mean, it's so... their history's still there, and that's what I love about it, I think.
Yeah.
Because even the people that live there still, you know, they're true to where they live and who they are, and I love that. And it's just really intriguing. But Bobby Mackey, you know, with all the stuff you see on TV about that place and the experiences, like, I want to go see for myself. Like, could that have actually happened? Is this true at all?
Right.
You know, you see TV shows, they all think they've had attachments leaving there. The guy that kept up the place, or the manager, rather, his experience with exorcism, and I don't know. I mean, it's just so intriguing.
Yeah, I mean, like, have you watched the video on YouTube of his exorcism?
No, I have not.
my
I've only
gosh.
seen like
Watch
the
it.
clips of the.
They have the full
on the show.
exorcism on.
It's intense.
On YouTube. It's like a 2 or 3 hour video. It is.
Oh my goodness.
Crazy. Yeah, it's chilling watching it. But yeah, I mean.
You know what? The thing that I think intrigues me a lot about that place too is Bobby Mackey seems to be in denial.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Well, Bobby's
and I
wife won't
wonder
even go in the
about it.
place no more.
Yeah.
She
I
hasn't
know,
stepped
but-
foot in it in years.
Yeah.
She just
I
will
think
not.
about it and I'm like, does he know?
Yeah.
Does
Well,
he
I think, you know,
I think-
he's probably, you know, trying to keep up the entertainment aspect of it with the music and all that. And because there are so many people who don't believe, that he doesn't want to scare that, you know, the music people away
That
from
demographic.
it.
Yeah. But when you have a damn
Right.
sign up on the door, you know, that we are not responsible for any attachment or your bodily harms inside this establishment. You know?
Right.
You're kind of marking yourself right
Yeah.
there.
Oops, sorry.
I'm
you know?
gonna add a place, and you guys can call me lame all day if you want.
Never.
But I really, really do want to go to Zach Bagans' Haunted Museum
Oh,
Dude,
hell yeah.
oh no, I do.
Yeah.
I'd love to go.
because
Yeah.
the stories coming out of there.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
You know, you have the Dybbuk box. You have.
You have Ed Geing's freaking cauldron
Yes.
and
Jack
Jack
Kevorkian's
Kevorkian's van.
Yeah, exactly.
I would go in a heartbeat.
yeah. Yeah.
I know. I'm trying to think of an excuse to go to Vegas so I can go.
Road trip.
For real. I have business to handle out in Vegas.
Yeah. I mean,
Well, I work in automotive, and there's the big SEMA show every year in Vegas. I'm like,
There you
trying to
go.
turn my bosses into going so I can go hit up the museum.
There you go. Find your way out there, sister.
I think we just need to take vacation.
Well,
and
I was gonna say we can go for my bachelor party, but I'm not getting married. But we can go for my bachelor party anyway.
There we go. Yes.
So, okay, here's a question just to
Okay.
everybody. Okay, so if you could take a psychic to any place with you, where would that be it? The museum? I mean, because you gotta think, okay, you're gonna take.
Mine would be Morse Mill.
Okay.
Okay. Mine would be the Winchester Mystery House.
Yes.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah. Think of all the stuff you would get.
They
from
just
that place.
discovered a new room.
Go
Really?
figure.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's not surprising.
No.
Yeah. I mean,
Did you see the movie? Just out of
I
curiosity.
did.
it was freaking awesome, was it not?
Did you love it? Because I
Yeah.
loved it.
We got to do pictures for them, and we got to go to the live premiere, which was amazing.
That's awesome.
I'm jealous.
Me too.
Okay, so
Oh,
Andrea.
you want some posters?
Yes.
Yes, I'll send you some.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
Give me your address. I'll send you the book.
That was a crazy question.
Yeah.
We will put it on
I knew
our.
it,
We'll
yeah.
put it up in our podcast office.
In our little office here. Yeah. because that's all that's in here is Batman and paranormal stuff. So.
And hot girls hanging on the wall.
And a hot girl. Yeah.
I'll send you some DPX goodies too.
Awesome, cool.
Awesome.
Yeah. But well,
where would you take a psychic to, Andrea?
Yeah.
I have, my fascination with Trans-Allegheny and Eastern State Pen.
Right.
Just any of those asylums and old prisons, I just think would be very interesting, interested to find out, like, what has actually hung back from there,
Yeah.
Yeah.
But honestly, I think of the safety portion of it, because I'm like, I don't want this psychic to get too overwhelmed.
Yeah, because
that is true.
Yeah, because like during our time investigating or in interviewing the psychics and mediums on our podcast, they talk about how it gets so intense for them that
sometimes it takes them a while to kind of
calm down from doing this stuff.
Okay. So you guys know how it feels after an all-night investigation, right?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so times that by like 10,000, and that's how we feel.
Oh my gosh.
I call it the para hangover.
Yeah. It takes me like 4 days to recover from an overnight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I need a picture of Steve's face, because I'm telling you, he's a sensitive.
All right, hold on.
Okay, hold on.
He's just
He
so
may not
pretty.
be sensitive, but he's a sensitive.
Here, I'll.
Yeah, you use your phone because I'm talking
mine's
through
phone's dead anyways, like always.
But yes, it is extremely draining. What I love about my team is Tanya is very grounding. Like, she just has a very grounding energy. So, if I'm ever feeling weak or dizzy, or like I gotta take a break or whatever, I have her, and that always helps. But you just really have to know your limits. And if you have to go outside, and just go outside, you can take breaks.
Yeah.
Sometimes you're like, no, I just want to push through it. You don't want to miss anything, right? But it's your body, and it's important.
Yeah, there's times where I have to remove myself, just for 10, 15 minutes, just have a cigarette and a drink of water or something.
Yeah, we tell him, dude, let's go take a break.
We just turned him onto water too, so.
I hate water. I don't drink water.
God, it's flavorless.
All right, here's our
boring.
new.
There's no bubbles.
Here's our new line of
flavor.
questions for our guest. What is your drink of choice?
Yeah,
Pepsi.
Say Pepsi.
Mine is super big gulp of Mountain Dew.
But we don't have 7-Elevens here in Tennessee. So no big gulps.
No 7-Elevens.
We have the big Route 44s from Weigels.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have a little mom and pop's chain that's throughout Tennessee called Weigels, and they have the big 44-ounce drinks there. So.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Same difference.
Same deal.
It's not a big gulp though. I miss the big gulp.
Yeah.
As long as they don't change it to the plastic cups, if they can keep the styrofoam, we're good.
Okay, I think that Andrea sent you the picture.
Yeah, I just sent
Steve.
you that picture.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
Now, can I ask you guys a question?
Of course.
Because I like to hear everyone else's answers as a medium. Is how do you protect yourself either before or after you do an investigation?
Well, us, like me and Andrea, and Jesse. Steve, like we're all. Steve was raised Catholic, so and the rest of us we're Baptist.
We're Baptist,
and so we pray really hard. Steve still prays.
I always say the Lord's Prayer before I go in a place, and when I leave, I say the Lord's Prayer.
But
I carry a Bible with me on every trip.
And like before we leave, we always say, whatever's here, you're not allowed to come with us.
Stays here.
Whatever's here stays here. And,
right.
We have saged. We don't sage every investigation. I'm not going to lie to you and tell you what we do. But
I've only saged that one time, and that time I really felt like it was necessary.
Yeah.
Before we left.
And I think and which is actually kind of interesting. Now that that's brought up, that I don't know if we've really thought about the different locations that we've been to and how bad some of them have been, that we should actually start bringing this stuff with us on a regular basis.
Right.
But there's sometimes where when you leave a location and you just say, you know, you are not welcome to follow us home. You stay here. This is your place. Not, you know, don't follow us. You know, and to us, it's like, okay, you know, they know their boundaries, and we're done. But there have been times where it's been like, we should probably do a little bit more than that.
Well, I didn't know that people said that they took attachments home from Bobby Mackey's, or I probably would have stayed then too. I'd been like, no.
See, Jesse's been to Bobby Mackey's.
Oh, lucky girl.
Yeah. It's definitely different. It's one of those places where it could be different every single night.
But yeah,
I feel like you walk through the door and just get like hit right in the face with like energy, like bam.
Yeah, you might. I would say that you might definitely going down by the well and stuff, but it's like anywhere else. It just happened that the night that I went, that nothing really happened at all.
Yeah.
But, you know, we could go again next weekend and it'd just be completely crazy.
But, you know, I mean, and a lot of times, though, it's just the experience, you know.
Yeah,
I mean,
and I will say that I am glad that I can say that I went to Bobby Mackey's, because it was just generally a cool place to be.
Yeah, because, I mean, we've done tons of, like, the big popular places, but we don't have Bobby Mackey's under our belt.
Yeah.
You know, so, and that's one of the places that we've wanted to do.
Yeah, I'd go back.
Yeah.
Because I'm always looking for something to happen, you know?
Well,
we may have to do that.
Yeah.
Our friend Stephanie wants to go too, so.
There you go. I'm friends with a woman on Facebook. I can always message her and talk to her. Cool. She's really nice, because their group is out of Bobby Mackey's. Mm-hmm. She actually has a ghost hunting group that, you know, that's their home base.
See, I would have loved to have went back when Wanda Kay was still alive.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So back to the original question. I don't know what's going on here.
You do different things in your own way.
Yeah, and it's
but
you know
it's good that you do something.
Yeah, and it's like it kind of based on what's going on or what has happened and the feeling of what's been, you know, what we felt, and you know, if we feel like we need more, then we do more.
Yeah, I mean.
Yeah.
But
case by case.
I guess the majority of it though is power and prayer.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean.
Yeah.
Well, it's like that one time we left this local prison.
Yeah.
And we didn't say nothing when we left. We got halfway down the road. We're like, oh shit.
Yeah.
We stopped the car right there in the middle of the freaking highway and opened up the window and said, Get out.
Leave.
Your ass ain't coming with us.
Well, you know, when you go to some places, you're, I guess, in such awe, and, you know, there's been so much that goes on that, you know, you're still stuck in all the experience. Mm-hmm. So that there's been that time where it was just like, oh crap.
Yeah, we forgot.
So what do you do when you leave the locations? What's your ritual?
Oh jeez, I'm suited up before I even go in. With meditation, and then I wrap myself in the white light and call in my guides, and then after I sage. Mm-hmm. And then I come home and shower immediately with table salt.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah,
I've not thought of that.
Sometimes the prayer Michael, depending on the type of entities I encounter. Mm-hmm. I do have holy water on me at all times. I have Palo Santo, sage, stones, all the protection stones you could ever want. Mm-hmm. My Saint Benedict. I have to be wearing my Saint Benedict charm.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool.
So a lot more than I think people probably do.
Oh, that's.
And then I feel like the mom of the group. I'm like, come here, you can't leave until I feed you.
You can never have too much.
Get your
protection.
sage jacket on.
You can't. You can't. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. See, I would actually like to have like my next tattoo be something protection, like
I just got mine a week ago.
Really?
Yes, you did. I remember seeing that.
Yeah.
And is it in Latin?
It's in very, very, very old Latin, and James Anito is my dude because I had it a little wrong, and thank God for his help. Otherwise, I don't know what my back would.
Were you gonna have chicken soup on your back?
Yeah, it's a very, very, very old Latin, and it. In English, it would be protect me from danger, protect me from evil.
Nice.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
That is so cool.
It's pretty cool. It's just so bad right now, and I can't touch it. Like
yeah,
ridiculous.
but I mean that's part of the
I know.
Getting the tattoo.
The itching's worse than the actual pain of the tattoo process.
Yeah, it's like a bad sunburn.
It is. You just have to pat it.
Yeah, just smack it.
Smack it.
Or the poison ivy or bug bites.
Well, see, here we are talking about, getting these protect me tattoos, and Steve's sitting here with Reagan from The
Reagan's
Exorcist.
staring at me right now. I mean, she's been looking at me the whole time.
Yeah. She likes you.
Everybody likes sweet tea.
She wants a glass of sweet tea.
Law, y'all.
But yeah, just so you know, we call Jessie Sweet Tea because we were investigating, and she, just out of nowhere, she's like, it was quiet, and she's like, "Are you good? Or are you bad?" And we were like, holy shit, she's so freaking country.
Yeah, obviously.
Country is sweet tea.
And so we were like, hashtag sweet tea. So now, we just call her Sweet Tea.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, so did you get your picture of Steve? Have you looked at it yet?
Hold on. I do.
I'll tell you, there's something different about him. Definitely.
Define.
Well, I could have told you that.
He is special.
He is special. He's special. He's a special kind of guy.
Yeah.
But he brought this crazy bunch together.
That's true.
That I did.
He did.
Yeah.
What the hell was I
I
thinking?
don't know,
And you
dude.
keep all the bad away from us, so
Yeah.
I'll
I
take you
know.
anywhere
Hey,
I go.
I'll take it all.
I mean, I'll take you, buddy, wherever.
They can absorb into my other tattoos.
They're probably drawn to that freaking Reagan tattoo, is what it is.
That's all it is.
I mean, look at that.
Yeah, when she has ETGS scratched into her forehead.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
And the priest and. Oh. It is creepy,
At
but
least
it's
not-
so good.
At
It
least
really
it's not
is.
crawling.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Okay, here we
Sorry.
go. Here we
You're
go.
fine.
She's
Who? So I have a man with me. After looking at Steve's picture, but that doesn't mean it's necessarily tied to Steve, but we'll see. I feel like he'd be an uncle. Sandy colored hair, shorter. Like a regular build, probably 5'10", 5'11". Hold on. I feel like he's an uncle. Now, that doesn't mean he has to be an uncle. Like, some people's parents, friends, they call them uncle. I don't know. I just keep hearing uncle. But I feel like this guy didn't pass away that long ago.
okay. Steve's sitting here with goosebumps.
Yeah, wow. My
And
uncle,
I'm sorry, but that's never happened at an interview where spirits like talking to me. I think it's because I looked at your picture.
Wow. I mean, he's sitting here literally with goosebumps, Stephanie.
wow. My dad's buddy that was in the Navy with him.
Whoa.
Hold on a minute. He's got to take a break. Yeah.
That's okay. That's
Yeah.
okay.
That's.
We could talk about it after.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
wild.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dude, you can go
Yeah,
take
well-
5 if you want. We'll continue to talk to Stephanie if you want to go take 5. Yeah. Not a problem at all.
Yeah, take a break.
Yeah. Steve's going to take 5. We're going to continue to talk to you. Because, you definitely hit something
I'm
on the
sorry.
head.
I'm
No,
so
no,
worried
no,
now.
no.
No. You're fine. You're fine.
No.
I mean, this was totally
That's
impromptu.
what happens a lot of the time, but
Wow.
that's never happened where I've been doing a radio show and like spirit's not, I kind of tune myself out to that while I'm talking to you guys. But I think something, if I'm turned down, like say I turn, psychic on low or medium on low. If I'm looking at something and there's something important enough to come through, then my guide will make him let them through.
Huh.
Wow.
So at that moment, that man had to make himself known to me.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
And I feel bad that he's upset.
No.
No, I think it just kind of caught him off guard.
It totally caught
I
him
think
off
it
guard.
did too, because when she first said uncle, I kind of freaked out a little bit because my uncle passed away.
Right.
And I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh Jesus, no.
But yeah.
I think it just kind of caught him off guard because
Was it recent? I don't feel like it was that long ago.
Yeah, my uncle
like maybe less than 2 years.
Oh, his uncle?
I think it was really recent.
Really recent, apparently.
Yeah.
I mean, Steve's dad and everybody lives up in Ohio. Mm-hmm. And, like, Steve goes up and he visits his dad. But, I mean, he tells us how the visit goes, and that's about it. And
yeah.
Okay, he's coming back now, so we'll get the update on it. You okay, bro? Yeah. All right, cool. Let me turn your mic back on.
Just kind of took you off guard there.
Yeah. Wow.
It's cool though, ain't it?
Okay.
It's like in a weird place.
Okay.
Sorry.
It's okay.
You're all right. You're all right. I'm sorry.
Oh no, you're good. You're good. It was just like dead on. You know, my dad had a real good buddy in the Navy. His name was Frank Basso, and you know they were best friends. You know, Uncle Frank was several years older than Dad, but you know, growing up as a kid, Mom and Dad, they separated when I was 7, but Uncle Frank, he lived in Rhode Island, and as kids he would take us everywhere. He'd take us to, you know, all the theme parks you could think of. You know, we would spend weeks and weeks at his house during the summer.
There's something to do with water.
Unless that has something to do with the Navy, you know.
I'm being shown water.
Well, we used to go, you know, the beach down over in Cape Cod,
There you
and you know, the beach house and stuff. So that might have something to do with it. And he just died, you know, about 4 months ago.
Oh,
wow. While you were out, she goes, I feel like it's recent, like within the last 2 years at least.
Yeah. It's been less than 6 months ago.
Yeah. Wow.
So funny.
Wow.
Wow.
I get a great a sense of like okay, say a man's just standing and he's looking up and he's patting like his chest and nodding his head like a proud feeling and a love.
Wow.
Oh.
That's freaking
Oh my
awesome.
gosh, I'm gonna cry.
I am too. That's
Wow.
That's wild.
Wow.
Nigga, I've gone through some hard times.
Yeah.
Just
Okay, well,
in
that's
the past
exactly why
15
he's here.
years. Wow.
He's always around you.
Oh.
Dude, that's our
Wow.
girl.
I don't know. I don't. Some people think I'm silly when I say this, but you can verbally talk to him out loud.
I do.
Can hear you. He might not be able to respond. Yeah, do it. Keep doing it. He's around. He hears you.
Nigga, I haven't seen him in probably almost 20 years. You know, and just the week that he died, I finally got a hold of his niece in Rhode Island. You know, and when I got a hold of her, I was like, oh shit, thank God I can talk to Uncle Frank now. And that night she told me he passed away that week.
Oh.
Wow.
I'm being shown the color red, but I don't know what he's trying to tell me. Red.
He had a red Plymouth Duster that I loved.
Okay. Yeah. Did he kind of was he like the funny guy?
Oh my God. Yes, he was. He
Okay. I feel like he'd pick on your dad though, but in a loving way, and be the funny guy.
Absolutely, 100%.
Yeah. Yeah, I see this guy lights up a room, man.
When we were kids, we used to make him eat our chicken wings, which were our pinky fingers. And as kids, me and my sisters and my cousins, we would all shove them in his mouth at the same time. Have your chicken wings, Uncle Frank. And he would just chomp on them. And
Oh my
That's
gosh.
awesome.
Holy shit.
Wow.
Wow.
Oh,
I wasn't expecting any of this crap tonight.
No,
Hey, let's all take pictures and send them to her.
I don't want to know. No, thank you.
Oh my God, that's
Oh my
Wow.
gosh.
that's nuts.
Are you thinking about getting another tattoo?
I am.
Okay, hold on. Don't say anything. You know exactly what it's going to look like, right?
I
Or do you
have an
a thought?
idea.
Is it a thought or okay?
A thought, yeah. Nothing, set in concrete yet. I'm still, working on it, but
Is there a star involved?
no.
Okay, he's showing me a star. Oh, he's showing me.
Well, we used to. He had a telescope in his apartment. We used to.
Okay. Yeah, he's kind of telling me a lot of things at once. But he's the one. He acknowledged your tattoos, acknowledged a new tattoo, then showed me the star. So I thought the star was going on the tattoo, but that makes more sense.
Well, it might now.
Yeah, you may have just got an idea for a new tattoo.
Did he wear a gold necklace?
Did he?
Yeah.
He did, with an Italian horn charm.
Who has it?
I did at one point.
He wants you to have it.
Wow.
He wants you to have it.
And I think his niece has it now, and she was supposed to send me some stuff that he had left me.
No, he's not happy that you don't have it.
Wow.
Get that shit.
You
back.
better get that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Uncle Frank wants you to have
Do you want to ask him anything?
I just want to know if he's at peace.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
1,000%.
Good. I know he suffered for a while.
So when, sorry, the mongrels came back somehow. My boyfriend's supposed to be chaining them up like circus animals. But so when we die, and so this is coming from me, it's my humbled opinion and my metaphysical look on things is what, I believe in a heaven and a hell. I'm Catholic, but any pain or suffering that we felt as in our human form, we do not feel anymore once we cross over.
Yeah.
And so that's all taken away. And I get a lot of people all the time that ask, is my mom angry with me still? Or does my dad hate me? Or whatever the case may be. That all goes away when they cross over. They don't hold that same resentment or sadness or anger when they go. They forget about it.
Good.
That's awesome.
But he is always with you. Always. Like, I'm trying to see. I feel like he tries to show you. I don't know if he's strong enough to. But I feel like if he did, the normal people say they find dimes or butterflies. I feel like he would not do that because it's so typical. I feel like he'd be like, no, everybody does that. I'm not doing that. You'll know. Is there a song that when you hear it, it's reminiscent of him?
Anything from the 70s, really. Because we would just ride around in his car.
He's showing me a radio.
Well, he used to have an old jukebox in his apartment too, in his house actually.
Okay. Yeah, he's just showing me a radio. So normally that for me means that a song or music, something.
Right. Well, anytime I hear the songs from Grease, reminds me of him because he took me and my older sister to see it in the movie theaters when it first came out.
Wow.
Oh, very cool. So I feel like if you were ever to randomly hear any of these songs, whether it's 70s music or music from Greece, that he's turned it on.
Wow. I hear him a lot.
She said he's with you all the time.
He is.
I'm baffled.
Okay.
You.
I'm just going to say this, Stephanie. We've been doing this podcast. This June makes a year we've been doing the podcast.
Mm-hmm. Oh, wow. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. And,
this is the first time we've been speechless.
Yeah.
Crying, speechless.
My ass can talk forever to the wall. Okay?
He ain't lying.
No, I ain't
True.
lying. I've got Italian in me. I can talk forever and it doesn't matter if you're listening or not. My ass is still talking. And I've been sitting here just like looking at these guys sitting here in front of me, and all of us are just amazed and set aback by
your gift.
Yes. When we decided, when you contacted us and we got all this set up. We haven't spoke physically at all until tonight. None of.
No, we exchanged one Facebook message confirming.
Yeah. Yes.
And then one with me giving you my phone number.
Yes.
And that's it.
And, I just want everyone to know that, you had no information on us,
Zero.
other than, what you may have seen on Facebook.
That's it. Facebook.
And
I mean, I didn't even know that about Steve.
I didn't either.
Nobody
So-
did.
He's my best friend.
I mean-
and I didn't know this.
Yeah.
He's my best friend, and I didn't know this.
You really should open up more, Steve.
Did you see what happened when he opens up? He can't do that.
You see me during the Hallmark shows during Christmas.
I do.
He does open up then.
I mean, I don't know.
Wow.
You had me
That's
speechless.
amazing.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I totally want to thank you.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you very much. Now, do you
my
really do
absolute
you think
pleasure,
I'm
and
a
it's humbling.
sensitive? I'm sorry.
I do.
You do.
I do. I think that you're empathic.
Okay.
Yep.
And people overuse that word too, okay? People, all of a sudden, it's 2018, it's time for everybody to become empaths all of a sudden.
Yeah.
But in the true meaning and the true form of what it actually really is, I think that you are empathic. And I think that if you just simply started doing a little meditation every now and again, you'd start opening up to it.
Okay.
Well, maybe after this is all over, you can give Steve some info, and
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So what just happened, you guys, and how Steve feels now to have that message delivered. That's why I do this.
Yeah.
I don't do it for money.
Yeah.
I don't do it for fame. I do it because look at that. If I
Yeah.
can help, even one person here and there by giving them a little advice or clarity or a message, then I did what I'm supposed to do.
And a flood of amazing memories.
Wow.
That came through.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's awesome. That's
When
awesome.
you go later, Steve, home or wherever, blast that music up loud.
Right. Definitely.
That's awesome.
So glad you're
In between
listening.
my 5-finger death punch, of course.
There you go.
Oh my
Wow.
gosh.
Well,
Wow.
guys, if you ever come to Detroit or want to,
Oh, I
No
totally
joke,
want.
you're
want
very
to.
more than welcome.
I totally want to come check out that precinct.
Yeah.
I totally want to come check out that
Yeah, I
precinct.
want to go paint some
Definitely.
scarlet and gray on Michigan Stadium.
Oh my God.
Well, they like to burn things and
Them's are fighting words there.
Yeah.
No, they like to kill people in Michigan.
nah.
Dude, that shit goes on
They'll
everywhere.
burn some couches and
Yeah.
Well, if you ever get down here, you're more than welcome to join us on an investigation.
Yes.
I'd love to go to Hale's Bar.
Hey.
I'd love to go to Hale's Bar.
Dude, if you can work it out July 21st, we're going to be there.
Let's
So,
go.
You know what? That is not out of the question.
Hey,
Good.
Well, we'd
love to have you.
Yeah, we'd love to have you tag along. I mean, because we're already going to have one psychic medium there. There's no rules that say we can't bring in two of them.
That's true.
No, I'll steal you and make you go with me.
I'll just pretend that I'm just there to investigate.
There you go. There you
I mean,
go.
you ain't got to work.
Stephanie who?
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, so yeah, the offer's out there if you want to attend, and you can bring any of your crew with you. We
Yeah.
don't-
Yeah, bring them all.
Yeah, I know. There's a few of us that are just itching to get down there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the
And,
place is amazing.
It really is.
It is. And Jeff and Vicky are the coolest, most down to
I
earth
love
people.
Jeff and Vicky. You know, I already bought a shirt that says I made it through Hill's Guardian. And I go, but Jeff, I won't put it on until I actually come there.
Is that one of
and
those
make it through.
premonitions?
Andrea's actually wearing one of the
I
shirts right
am.
now.
I'm wearing their shirt now.
She's wearing the I Survived the Haunted Hills Bar Dam shirt right now.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much. We really appreciated
so
having
very
you on.
Yeah,
this has
thank you.
been unbelievable.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, when we first.
Add me on Facebook. We can be friends.
Heck yeah.
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 I'm already your friend on Facebook.
Yeah, well, I'm friends with you on Facebook, too.
Yeah, me and Steve both are already.
And I'm
Well,
going
if
to
you
send
guys
you a friend
ever
request.
want reading, I do readings in a group called Whispers of Guidance, which is on Facebook. I'm actually going live tonight at 10 o'clock.
Awesome.
So I do intuitive questions and answers, and sometimes mediumship happens. And then I do Psychic Sundays on our Detroit Paranormal Expeditions page every Sunday at 7.
I've actually, this past Sunday, I caught part of your episode this past Sunday on there. It's like Sunday, that's the night before work starts, and my ass gets up at 4 a.m. So I don't catch much of anything on Sundays.
Just some Z's.
No, it's all good. I just never sleep, so it doesn't matter what I do.
Well,
To me.
yeah, you're still young, apparently.
Not me. I'm the old guy. I'm in
it's
bed by
just-
7:30.
That's true.
Psychic mediums don't sleep. Start asking everyone that you talk to from now on how often they sleep, and I bet you they say they don't sleep at all ever.
Oh,
Yeah, well, I mean, that's, the last two that we've interviewed, and they were talking about, how little rest they actually get. They have to, block it out, and just turn it off. Or they, it drives them
I think
nuts.
it is. The thing of it is it's mentally exhausting and emotionally exhausting, right?
Yeah.
So we might not be doing a bunch of physical work, but being mentally and emotionally tired can even impact you a lot harder. And people will say
completely
you don't
agree.
look tired. I feel like, did you just go through 100 spirit conversations?
excuse
And then
me.
they're like, actually, we have to take you to the hospital now because you're crazy.
Yeah, it's like, I'm Whoopi Goldberg, damn it. Just need some peace and quiet.
Oh my gosh.
Well, I just want to say thank you for coming on Paratalk.
Thank you.
It's been a lot of fun.
I appreciate it.
It's been
Thank
a
you so
blast,
much.
and again, a psychic has come out of the woodwork and totally changed my way of thinking on psychics.
Oh yeah.
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 Oh,
Mine has
wow.
been changed completely.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so humbled, you guys. And I need to get you on DPX Radio so I can ask you all the
Oh,
questions.
it sounds great.
Definitely.
You just let us know. We'll get it set up.
We'll set it up. Yeah.
Sounds
Let's do
great.
it.
Well,
Cool. Well,
right.
thank you again.
and go ahead. If you have any events coming up, take a couple of minutes and tell
Plug
us-
yourself.
Plug yourself. Let everybody know where they can find you.
Or even your show.
Okay. I can be found on Facebook as Stephanie Hutnik. I can be found on Twitter at Hutnik Stephanie. I can be found on DPX Radio on Twitter and Facebook and Instagram.
Nice.
Awesome.
And then, of course, Detroit Paranormal Expeditions.com or on Facebook and Twitter as well.
Cobain.
We just did Old Licking County Jail yesterday for the flashlight tours. Ended up turning into more of an investigation.
Very cool.
On the 16th, we are going to the police department, the 6th precinct. We raffled off a private investigation with us to the ALS chapter of Michigan for Lou Gehrig's disease. So we get
Very
to take
cool.
the winners
Wow.
of the silent auction, and they are just super stoked and ready to go.
That's awesome.
And so that'll be a good night. We're going to Randolph County next weekend for the Paracon, the Spooked Con, I think it's called. Sorry, guys, it gets so hard to remember all this stuff.
Okay.
And then we have some very interesting things coming up that we can't talk about yet, but will be fun.
Ooh, secrets.
Suspense.
All right. Well, after you guys release that stuff on yours, maybe you can come back on and we'll talk to you again, and you can give some info on that to our listeners as well.
Definitely, yeah. And then Elizabeth St., June 20th.
Heck yeah.
Yeah. So everybody, definitely go on Facebook and check out DPX Radio, and you can see all these cool interviews that they're doing with all these awesome guests.
I just liked it on Facebook.
Did you? Good
yes,
job.
and I just sent her a
Oh,
friend
thank you.
request.
Good job.
So my new goal is to get every guest to do something like silly. So
That's
Lee
us.
Kirkland, I got Lee Kirkland to rap. Okay.
Uh-huh.
I got Johnny Hauser to settle the Yanny and Laurel debate.
Laurel.
Yanny.
Yanny.
Laurel.
Johnny Hauser says Yanny.
It's
Oh.
Yanny.
It's Yanny.
Steve Wiseman
His word
said
is
Laurel.
gospel.
It's Yanny.
Oh my God.
It's Yanny for sure.
We're going to
Totally
box.
is.
Them's are fine words.
Come at me, bro.
Well,
Oh my
cool.
gosh.
Yeah. Well,
That's exciting. That's
yeah.
funny.
Oh, man.
But yeah, you just get in touch with us and we'll get that set up. We'd love to be on your show.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Awesome. Thank you guys so much.
And
Oh,
thank you.
thank you.
And everybody go and check out Stephanie Hutnik on Facebook and DPX Paranormal and DPX Radio.
Yes.
Awesome.
So,
Awesome.
all right, Stephanie. And I will get in touch with you and we'll get this interview set up. And Steve can get in touch with you and maybe you give him some meditation techniques that he can help work on to help fine tune this newfound
gift.
ability that he has.
Yeah, definitely.
All right.
You guys have a great evening and a great Sunday tomorrow.
Thanks, Stephanie. You too.
You too.
Thanks.
All right.
Talk to you soon.
Have a good
All
night.
right.
See
bye.
ya.
Bye-bye. Okay, guys. That
Wow.
was freaking awesome.
I'm shook. Like, seriously, I'm shook. I was like,
I was not expecting to be read.
no.
No.
I didn't come here to cry. I don't know
For
what y'all are
real.
doing to me here, but geez, that
I didn't
tore
come here
me
to
up.
freaking cry either.
That tore me up a little bit. That was like,
Yeah, that,
cheesy as it sounds, that was deep.
That was.
That
yeah.
was, wow.
I
I just,
holy shit.
I just,
Wow. Wow, dude.
just, yeah, no words.
I've always been kind of skeptical. And, you know, as a paranormal investigator, that's kind of like,
Well, I mean,
I
as a
shouldn't say that,
well,
you know?
No, a true good paranormal investigator
You have
approaches
to be a little
everything
skeptical
Yeah.
until
So-
you have the hard evidence in
Yeah.
hand.
I mean, the fact that there had been zero communication. I mean, the communication's been with Steven.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
you
I-
haven't said anything to her.
Yeah,
Nothing
I
at
handle
all.
And
the
so,
majority of
you know,
everything
the
comes
fact
through
that
Facebook.
she felt that you could possibly have, you know, abilities.
Yeah.
And I send her the picture and she gets all that. And it was just like, what the what?
Very overwhelming.
Well, see, okay, I'm going to be honest, okay? Like when she first started talking, and I've got to get my microphone turned back around the other way because it's driving me nuts. But when she first started talking about that, I look at Steve. I'm thinking, oh yeah, he's got her. That none of that's right. None of that's right. And
Then the look on his face.
Then
It
the
just
look
kinda
on
like,
his
what?
face
Just
was-
dropped.
Yeah, when I saw him tear up, I was like, holy shit.
Well,
man.
when she said, you know, it might not be a real uncle, but a real close
family
friend to your father.
And then you're like, I saw the look on your face and I was
Yeah.
like, oh crap.
Yeah.
What?
My stomach kind of fell a little
Oh,
bit. when
yeah.
Oh,
I
my
saw
God.
that.
Yeah, I
was
had
like,
I had
no.
this lump in my throat come up, and,
And like you said, I never even. You guys didn't even know.
No.
And you guys are
No.
the closest people in my life.
Yeah.
I mean, shows how much we know.
no, I mean,
We're slacking on the
no.
friend scale here.
no,
I'm
that
sorry, Steve.
no, you think about that shows,
Put out or get out.
but that shows how fine tuned she is.
Exactly.
with
With her abilities, yeah.
Wow.
That's amazing.
I'm so super impressed.
Like, I want to call her and be like, hey.
My head hurts right now just from, I don't know if it's the headphones or the lack of air in this room.
Like, I'm
or I'm
burning
just
up
like,
right now.
I
Yeah.
know. Like, no joke. My
the
body
temperature
heat.
change got different. The
My
temperature in
body,
here
I
got
just
different.
felt this wave of heat going through, and I'm thinking, holy. That's why I'm sitting over here fanning myself. I'm like, holy crap, what is going on
I
here?
thought that was to stop from crying.
Well, there was a bit
As
of that
I wiped
too.
my tears,
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
like, oh, is she okay?
There was a bit of that too, but I was like, oh my god.
But,
Woo.
hey, I have known Steve since 2006.
Yeah.
I have never ever seen that man in tears.
Not even for the Hallmark movies?
Oh no.
Well,
I see that.
That's different.
I see
Okay.
those tears.
that's a different tear. But
He gets a
Those
little.
are happy
he gets
tears.
he gets a little misty watching those.
yeah, that's just misty.
a little
just
bit
missed.
clamped.
But yeah,
That's-
I've never seen that side of him ever. I mean,
This was a trip.
this
Yeah.
was a trip.
I loved it.
Yeah.
I am so
And
glad.
honestly,
I was here.
she's welcome back on the show anytime she wants to come on the show.
Yeah.
She was awesome.
Wow.
And I look forward to doing DPX Radio with them. I mean, it was awesome. you know.
Yeah, it was.
It was awesome.
This was an amazing podcast.
It was. And next week, guys, we're being interviewed twice. Is it next week?
We're being?
Yeah.
I don't know. You have the calendar.
Yeah, hold on.
The interviewers are being interviewed?
Yes.
I made him start working on his phone calendar.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, so...
Because I didn't buy him a whiteboard calendar. I said, use your phone calendar.
Yeah, it would be so much easier to see.
Have a whiteboard up in
yes,
here.
That's what I will
Don't
have.
encourage him,
No,
Jesse.
I'm on your side. Use your phone.
Yeah, whatever.
Whiteboard.
Next week, next Friday night, we are being interviewed on Paranormal Talk PT2. That's
PT2.
it. PT2.
Yes.
Is that a cousin of R2D2?
And I think Paratalk, maybe.
Hey.
Oh.
Nice. Relatives.
So we're being interviewed by them next Friday night, and then next Saturday night we are being interviewed by On the Odd. This guy, he's had everybody on his podcast, even
Everybody.
and it's just on the odd. It's just odd, strange things, and
Well, we'll fit right in.
Seriously, I was
Yeah.
going to say, we fit right in.
and
We're odd.
they even interviewed. Their last interview was with Andrea's food idol. No. Yeah.
I love Randy Santel. Randy Santel, if you ever hear this, I want to interview you. And then I want to watch you eat. Lots of food.
That sounds dirty.
That does sound. You are a married woman, young lady.
Watch your mouth.
He's my look at Steve.
My precious.
Seriously though, have you guys ever I know you guys have seen his videos.
Yeah, we've seen his videos because you make us watch them.
I do. I make them watch it. He's a competitive eater.
Oh.
And I mean, he can eat so much in such a short amount of time, and it's one of those things where you just can't stop watching because
You're
it's
just
like
in awe.
yes.
And he's not a big guy. He's in shape.
He works out, and I think he went to college to be like a dietitian or something, a nutritionist. So I mean, and he cracks me up because when he's eating this massive burger, he's like, we've got 15 quarter-pound burgers, and we have all these healthy vegetables, and he always drinks a diet drink. So
or beer.
Or beer.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes
beer's healthy.
It is.
True.
It's full of vitamins and vegetables and wheat.
In moderation.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's just amazing to watch this guy eat.
Wait.
Sorry.
Like 12 beers is moderation, though, right?
No.
Well, my moderation was 12 six-packs.
There you go. There you go.
That's a lot.
And Steve weighs 37 pounds.
That was an appetizer.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, anyway, back to us. We're going to be on the odd.
See, perfect fit.
Which is going to be awesome.
Yes.
And then on Friday the 15th, we're interviewing Christina Watson. Then on Saturday the 16th, we're interviewing... I just have Dan down. I'm going to have to go back and fix that.
Bless his heart. He still doesn't know how to technology.
Yeah.
At least he can English.
Yeah.
He's the tech guru. He can technology.
Yeah, I just forgot to put in his last name. Then Maggie White that night as well. And then we'll have those play the following week because we're on vacation that week. We're going camping.
Whoa. When we going camping?
We're going camping the 22nd and 23rd and come back the 24th.
Is that on weekend?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you not put this down in your calendar, Steve? Use your phone calendar.
Oh, do I have one of those?
Yes.
You have the same phone we do. The Galaxy S8 Plus. It's on there.
I'm telling you,
We're
I try.
gonna have to help him technology.
Yep.
That'll be later.
Then on Saturday the 30th, we have two more interviews. Greg, I'm going to call it Bacon because that's what it looks like.
No, I think it's bacon.
Bakun. That's country bacon.
Bacon sounds
Bacon.
delicious.
It does sound delicious.
And
but I'm pretty sure
then
it's
we're
bacon.
also interviewing Joel Myers.
That's
Nice.
awesome.
And
I'm excited for each and every one of
What
you.
was this one interview we were talking about a little bit ago? The Irish.
that's on July the 7th. And that's the girls from TPS.
TPS, that's it.
Yes. And then,
I love me some Irish women.
I'm so excited to hear their accent.
Yeah. And then on Saturday the 14th, we have Mr. Joe Vitale.
Yes.
Big Joe.
Big Joe.
Telling you.
Got a lot going on.
And sometime in between now and then, we have got to get Jeff and Vicky scheduled.
Yes.
Yes.
We
So-
will
Even if
get
it's during the week sometime, you know,
We
I
can-
can
we can do
swing
it.
by after work. And
Well, let me look at my schedule here.
He's got his calendar out.
Yeah, I have my calendar out.
did he say let me lick my schedule?
Let me check.
Oh.
Check.
Check.
I may have said look
One,
at.
two.
Look it.
Yeah.
Lick it.
Look it.
We English.
Yeah. Possibility for the 15th
Well, we'll talk.
Possibility for the
Wait,
15th.
of June?
of June.
No, they're out of town.
Oh, they're out of town?
Oh,
They're out
yeah.
of town.
Okay.
Remember, that's why we didn't do the 14th.
That's right. Okay, so the 29th. We'll try to get them on here the 29th. What's going on the 29th?
I'm out of town.
What?
That's the July?
No, June.
Oh, June.
No, I
I'm
was going to talk
available.
to you guys about maybe going down there. But
Oh.
we'll talk about that later.
Oh,
Okay.
Hell's Bar? Hell's yeah. I'm there.
We'll discuss this later.
I'm
may-
with her.
Yeah. We may have a 3 podcast Saturday one day. Sorry,
We'll figure
Steve.
it out. But we enjoy every single one of them.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
3?
Calm down, dude.
When's the old man gonna sleep?
We'll do it at
You ain't
like
getting no sleep.
we'll do it like 3 o'clock.
Promises.
Hail to the king, baby.
Guys, this has been our longest podcast.
We keep saying that.
And they just keep getting
And they keep
longer.
getting
Yeah.
longer. This has been an hour and 50 minutes.
No, dude, that's where you're wrong. This has been 2 hours and 41 seconds right now.
Oh, because we we didn't call, we called her at 8.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were already 14 minutes in.
Yeah.
Wow.
For those of you still listening,
We thank you.
thank you for sticking
And
along with us.
for those of you that are still listening, be sure and go check us out on Facebook at East TN Ghost Seekers. Check out our event page. Find out all the details on the Hell's Bar event that we're doing. Seekers Saturday, y'all. You don't want to miss it.
July
It's gonna be
21st.
awesome. And then check out our Instagram at ET Ghost Seekers. Check out
Our website.
Our website is easttnghostseekers.org. And check
Our new Facebook page.
Oh,
Paratalk.
yes.
and our new Facebook page for the Paratalk podcast,
Yes.
where you will find everything Paratalk.
Yes.
Paratalk.
You can go check out our friends at the Ghost Hunter store.
Yeah, go check out our friends at the Ghost Center
I
store.
do believe they're still holding on
They are. They are. We played the bumper earlier.
Yeah. So if you are interested in any paranormal equipment, any
Go check them out. Enter Paratalk
Paratalk
5 and get 5% off your purchase. So you can't beat that. I mean, 5% is 5%.
Yes.
Yeah,
I take it.
that's
A
right.
nickel off a dollar.
That's exactly right. It's $5 off 100.
Shoot,
Say
what?
what?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, how did you math that so quick?
Well, it's the same as $50
Because
off.
he can math too.
It's the same
It
as
goes
50,
along with the English.
it's the same as 50 off 1,000.
Oh, look at him. He can algebra too.
All those big numbers and such.
What's it off a million?
That would be 500,000.
Oh my god.
No, that wouldn't
my
be. That would
brain
be
hurts.
50,000.
my heart.
Oh. That'd be 50,000 off of $1 million.
It's in
If
the
you
bone.
so if you want to spend $1 million,
You can save 50,000.
if you want to spend $1 million at the Ghost Center store, number
Then
one.
I want to be your friend.
Yes, for real.
And they will love you for that.
Yeah, they will love us for that.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
All right, guys. We're rambling.
Yeah, we're
Yes.
rambling like we do every time.
Yes.
I need coffee.
Yeah, I do too.
I'm there
I,
with
I need to try that new coffee that Andrea bought today.
Dessert.
yeah.
We got dessert too.
Oh, we do have
we
dessert.
do.
We do. Cookies and cream.
Oh, and coffee.
Trifle.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
All right, guys. Oh my gosh.
Okay. All right.
Thank you everybody for listening. We
Yes.
appreciate you all.
Love y'all.
Yeah. Remember, go check out Stephanie, guys. Go check her out and check out DPX Radio and Detroit Paranormal Expeditions on Facebook. and their website, Detroit Paranormal Expeditions.com.
Yes.
She's the real deal.
She is legit.
She proved it.
Too legit to quit.
Dude, she may make you sing that on the.
There you go, Steph. Do that.
Yep. I'll have to catch up on it.
All right, guys. Until next time, I'm Steven.
This is Steve.
I'm Jessie.
And I'm Andrea.
And you've been listening to Paratalk.
That's all, folks.
Hey, it's Steven, host of Paratalk. As most of you know, I'm also the lead investigator and tech specialist for the East Tennessee Ghost Seekers. Do you watch the paranormal shows on TV and get a rush and want to do what they do, but you have no idea where to get all their amazing equipment? The Ghost Hunter Store. Dave Giuliano and his wife Michelle have owned and operated the Ghost Hunter Store for 18 years, providing only the best in paranormal equipment to the field for research. The Ghost Hunter Store is always the first place we look when wanting new equipment and wanting it fast. So whether you're looking for a digital recorder or an SLS camera or anything in between, including protection items, check the Ghost Hunter Store. Find them at theghosthunterstore.com or on Facebook at the Ghost Hunter Store. Tell them Steven and the crew from Paratalk sent you. And for a limited time, Dave has given Paratalk listeners 5% off your order. Just enter the code Paratalk5.
Listening to Paratalk with East Tennessee Ghost Seekers, a new perspective in paranormal talk radio.
Hey, this is Steve with Paratalk. Do you have a story to share? Call us at 865-264-0448 to explain your paranormal experience. Do you have a chilling story you'd like to share? Or just give us a topic you'd enjoy us to discuss? We understand some of you would like to keep anonymous, so the choice is yours if you want to share your name. So call 865-264-0448 now to have your story heard on the next episode of Paratalk.